Hey everybody, Natasha Koch here. Happy New Year. Welcome to the very first 2022 Van City Home Team Real Estate Tips for this week. We're talking about property tax and how it's determined. Have you ever walked into an area, or driven into an area that you've considered buying in and wondered, why are the taxes so high in this area? Well, let me tell you how taxes are determined. Property taxes are determined in BC specifically. I don't know about other areas or states, but they're based on the budget needs of the municipality. So municipalities basically consider their expected spending and other revenue, and they determine their property tax based on that. It has to make up for the rest. So it depends on their budget of the municipality and the total assessment based on their tax rate. So if you want a copy of that, I actually have a list of all of the different area tax rates, and I'm happy to send you that. So just PM me after you've listened to this little chat. Okay, let's talk about school tax. School tax is a little less transparent. Every year, BC Minister of Finance determines the total amount needed for school tax. The Lieutenant Governor in Council then has until May 4th to determine the specific tax rates for the school district. I don't know how or if the pandemic has affected the tax rates, because obviously there's been sort of on and off of going to school and a lot more online learning opportunities, but basically, that is how the property tax and the school tax is determined. However, what I thought was kind of interesting is for the school taxes, if you own a property that's over $3 million, if you're fortunate enough to have one, you actually pay more school tax. So as of 2020, you would have to pay 0.2% on the value of your property between $3 million and $4 million. 0.4% if it's above 4 million. So as we know, property values are quite high in BC, and so it's not that uncommon that you do own a property that's high priced, and even if you don't have kids, you're paying more school tax. Okay, so property assessments in BC, they're actually calculated. There's 3 different calculations or ways to calculate assessments, because the taxes is based on your assessment or your assessed value. So there's the direct comparison approach. That's number 1. The direct comparison approach is residential properties that are valued under this approach are compared sales. That's basically what a realtor does. They do a comparative analysis of other properties that are similar to yours and what the sales have been for them. The cost approach, unique and rarely traded properties are valued under this approach. So if you have kind of an oddball property that's not easy or doesn't have similar properties, they would use this approach. Basically, this uses the cost of the property if someone were going to rebuild it. So they determine the value based on the cost of rebuilding minus the depreciation due to the age or other factors, and this includes the price of the land and the price of the improvements, and that's how they do the cost approach. Then there's the income approach for those properties that are dedicated to generating income, like rental properties or offices. They use the income-based approach. And this approach usually is based on just the income that's generated as well as the sales to determine its assessed value. So those are the 3 different ways to determine the assessed value of the property. So if you do want the tax calculator, please PM me. I hope you enjoyed this Tuesday tips. I mean, don't let the taxes determine where you want to live, because at the end of the day, the quality of your life is the most important. But it is kind of interesting to see how they do calculate it, and it's really based on the community itself. See you guys next week for the Van City Home Team Tuesday tips. And if you like what I'm talking about, click below and follow me for more Tuesdays. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.